Hey guys, how you going? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're going well. Which way are you going? Oh dear. I only have one person to thank tonight, and that is Philip, and I got your message. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I have noticed that through all those ads that I put on my videos, I'm getting about $50 a week. I don't know how people have ever lived off this. But anyway, it's better than nothing, but yeah, it's very minimal, and that is probably because they have limited nearly every one of my videos. Has limited ads or... yeah, I can just see it all going, whoo, taking a nosedive. So I'm expecting that that'll just end soon, or YouTube will close down or something. Okay, now let's read this. Obviously, Bill Barr is directed the Bureau of Prisons to schedule executions for 4 death row inmates convicted of murdering children. In 2 of the cases, the inmates raped the children they murdered. In July of 2019, AG Barr directed the Federal Bureau of Prisons to revise the federal execution protocol to provide for the use of a single drug, pentobarbital, similar to protocols used in hundreds of state executions and repeatedly upheld by federal courts, including the Supreme Court, as consistent with the 8th Amendment the DOJ announced. Last year, the US Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit blocked the execution of a federal inmate. Shortly afterwards, an Obama-appointed federal judge blocked the scheduled federal execution of 4 other death row inmates. However, the US Court of Appeals for the DC Circuit recently vacated a preliminary injunction preventing the BOP from carrying out executions. The DOJ said this cleared the way for the federal government to resume capital punishment after a nearly 2-decade hiatus. Just in time, I would say, wouldn't you? Especially for crimes against children, I'm telling you. The executions are scheduled a few days apart and will begin on July the 13th. Ooh. And who's it going to be? Apart from these 4, there's going to be a lot more than that. That's when they begin. The American people, acting through Congress and presidents of both political parties, have long instructed that defendants convicted of the most heinous crimes should be subject to a sentence of death, said Attorney General William P. Barr. The 4 murderers whose executions are scheduled today have received full and fair proceedings under our Constitution and law. We owe it to the victims of these horrific crimes and to the families left behind to carry forward the sentence imposed by our justice system. In accordance with 28 CFR Part 26, the BOP has scheduled executions for the following death row inmates via the DOJ. Daniel Lewis Lee, a member of a white supremacist group, murdering a family of 3, including an 8-year-old girl. After robbing and shooting the victims with a stun gun, Lee covered their heads with plastic bags, sealed the bags with duct tape, weighed down each victim with rocks, and threw the family of 3 into the Illinois bayou. On May the 4th, 1999, a jury in the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Arkansas found Lee guilty of numerous offences, including 3 counts of murder in aid of racketeering, and he was sentenced to death. Lee's execution is scheduled to occur on July the 13th, 2020. Wesley Ira Perky violently raped and murdered a 16-year-old girl and then dismembered, burnt, and dumped the young girl's body in a septic pond. He was also convicted in state court for using a claw hammer to bludgeon to death an 80-year-old woman who suffered from polio and walked with a cane. On November the 5th, 2003, a jury in the U.S. District Court for the Western District of Missouri found Perky guilty of kidnapping a child resulting in the child's death, and he was sentenced to death. Perky's execution is scheduled to occur on July 15th, 2020. And so far I agree with these. I don't think there's any rehabilitation for people who do as heinous crimes as this. And if you think there is, these people are psychopaths. And I'd advise you to look up psychopaths and what they are. They don't change. And if you're only a psychopath if you do something like this. How could you not feel for a person? How could you just... I don't know anyone in their right mind who would ever hurt anyone else like that. Dustin Lee Honkin shot and killed 5 people. 2 men who planned to testify against him, and a single working mother and her 10-year-old and 6-year-old daughters. On October the 14th, 2004, a jury in the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Iowa found Honkin guilty of numerous offences, including 5 counts of murder during the course of a continuing criminal enterprise, and he was sentenced to death. Honkin's execution is scheduled to occur on July 17th, 2020. Keith Dwayne Nelson kidnapped a 10-year-old girl rollerblading in front of her home, and in a forest behind a church, oh I remember that, raped her and strangled her to death with a wire. On October the 25th, 2001, Nelson pled guilty in the U.S. District Court for the Western District of Missouri to the kidnapping and unlawful interstate transportation of a child for the purpose of sexual abuse which resulted in death, and he was sentenced to death. Nelson's execution is scheduled to occur on August 28th, 2020. And that's the Justice Department in a tweet. Now, I don't know what you believe in, but I believe in the death penalty for certain crimes. And not that I would want to do it myself. I would never hurt another human being. But what we're about to find out, you cannot all of a sudden turn around and say, oh, you can't have the death penalty. No, because what some of these people have done is so heinous, and these are people in charge, okay? What some of these people have done is so heinous, there is no rehabilitation at all possible. You cannot come back from what these people have done. And even the Bible says an eye for an eye. And as I said, I couldn't be one of the ones to carry it out. I'm a female, I've got emotions, I just couldn't do it. I think men are stronger in some of these aspects, and that's just my opinion though, guys. I'm not a feminist, okay? I'm more an old-fashioned type of person that you should just look after your man, and and then in turn he looks after you. You both look after, you're a team. So anyway, how did I get onto that from people going, okay, well, I'm just rambling now. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think, but this is starting again, okay? They're going to start executing people who are convicted of murdering children. And do you agree? Okay, let me know down below. All links will be down below. All the links. One link will be down below. Oh dear. As you can tell, guys, I'm a lot better now. The hydroxychloroquine works very well. And even though I had a slight cold, it wasn't like a normal cold. It was very, very, very quick. And just, I don't know, it didn't develop. It just did not develop. And that's probably because I'm taking the hydroxy and the zinc. So, and I used to have to take 3 vitamin C a day just to stop it before I knew about this. So, and that started hurting my kidneys as well, I think, trying to take, because it's not easily absorbed. Even these vitamins are not easily absorbable by our systems, and that's what the hydroxychloroquine does. It opens up your, it's like the bioavailability of vitamins. It opens that up and allows those vitamins to get in and heal you from the inside out. So that's what I get out of it anyway. And I am feeling, I don't know, I've been on a bit of a roller coaster the last couple of days. Apart from being really tired, I've tended to get just a little bit, maybe, I wouldn't say depressed, but like, oh my god, I can't take it anymore. I just need to get over that, those little humps, and And I just need to get over that, and I'm okay again. Nothing will ever stop me. I will never stop doing this. I will always look for the truth in everything. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. And I think that's it. I'll talk to you soon. Okay, guys. Have a good one. Bye.